Okay, T-Bear,
What?
what's the plan today?
Well, we are getting the machine ready for a Rush Off-Road trip that we're taking in 2 weeks to Kentucky. And it'll be our first time. So you'll be able to see the prep for that trip before we get to the trip. So, what we're going to do, I'll walk you through, is change out the Terabyte wheels for the Rockzillas. So we need some beefy tires for the rocks.
Terabyte tires.
Yeah, isn't that what I said?
Terabyte wheels.
Oh my god, I always get it wrong. Okay, that's okay. And we need the beefy tires for the rocks.
What tires are we putting on?
The Rockzillas right behind.
Yeah.
And we're going to have to pop the bead lock, and put them on other tires, wheels, tires?
Wheels.
Wheels.
Put the other tires on the wheels.
Yeah, all that. And then the boot of the passenger axle is broken again. I jinxed it in my little tour before. Okay, they break a lot, because it did.
Every time we seem to put new boots on the Rhino 2.0 axles. I don't know if anybody else has a problem. Every single time we put a new Rhino 2.0 axle on, one of the boots gets a hole in it. We've got multiple boots here, and every single one of them, it's something, I don't know what it is, if it's in the design or what, every single one of them tears a hole right inside the boot right here. Pretty much on the first time we use it, and then we got to pop a new boot on.
So, I think those are the main things. Am I forgetting anything?
No, that's not much. We don't have too much we got to do.
Okay.
The biggest part is the bead locks,
Yeah.
getting those things off, putting the Rockzillas on. It's just a pain in the butt. We should just buy new wheels and keep them instead of swapping them back and forth. We got this little press right here to pop the beads off. We tried using, that's our easiest way of doing it. We got one of these things, just a little Amazon job. Tried doing it with these. This didn't work out very well. I think it scratches the whole inside of the wheel. I mean, it does a good job getting it off. It's a lot quicker than this rack over here, but it definitely scratches the inside of the wheels as we're taking them off. So the only thing that I know we have to do for sure is pull those things off. Terry will get started taking those on after I lift them. We don't have any type of lift or anything. We use our custom lift right here, which are these blocks. We get these things for 18 bucks. We throw 3 in the back. We throw 3 in the front on each side. So we put them on each side here of the frame, and that's usually how we support it when we lift the car up. Works well for us and not costing us a ton of money when we're doing it.
Let's go. Raising the side-by-side up to get the wheel tires.
And we don't upgrade that either, so we've got to put a blocks underneath this sucker to get those guys up.
Fancy!
It works.
Does the trick.
That's the way we've been doing it for years now. Custom blocks. Probably didn't go high enough. Ooh. Ooh. Boo. Ten higher. Whew.
A good workout.
Like that.
Yeah.
Oh no, I cracked the block.
Oh. Muscle.
Under fat.
Just like that. Do the same thing on the back. Beast mode. Jeez, oh Pete's.
There we go. All right, T-Bear gets to take the tires off now.
Okie dokie.
You want your chain?
No. I think I'll help out.
I think you have it on Titan.
I do. Is it this one?
Yeah, flipper.
Crap.
There you go. You can hand me those.
Alright.
Yes. Pull the tire off there, Betty Lou.
Whew. Time for my muscles.
Shake! Shake! Shit, they dropped too damn low on that. With those blocks under there with these new tires. Usually they don't touch the ground at all. That was still almost touching.
Huh.
Yeah, those suckers are touching still. Should have probably kept the jack under the front. This is off here. Spanks.
Okay, well,
Yank that one. That a girl, Betty Lou.
not too shabby.
Keep her going. She's. Yeah, they're still touching. Let's raise the back
Is
up.
that the problem?
Yeah, no biggie. Off the ground now. There you go.
Whoa.
Should have just kept them in the ring like that. And then they go right back in their normal same spot.
Huh.
Whichever ones aren't grabbing still.
See, using your noggin.
Well, would have been.
Well, there's 3 more.
There we go.
Ta-da!
Then, obviously, it pops right off that front bead. That part's fine. Get it off there. The hard part is getting the second part on the back here off. Alright, we weren't going to record this first one because usually we have a heck of a time getting the bead broken off these guys, but this one broke it off first time right off the bat, which that never happens with this machine. But it worked out well for us now, so let's see what we got. Beads broke on one. We'll try a second one real quick, see if that one comes off just as easy as the first one came off. Get some soap on there just to make it easier to break the bead.
Now, would it have maybe been harder because you were doing it off of the other tire?
I don't know.
Does it depend on the tire?
Well, yeah, more than likely, because the other tires were a pain. These tires are the first ones we've had to take these 35s off, and it was no issue. Almost.
Yeah, that's like
Where's that spoon?
the same angle that spoon. That'd be for a big bowl of cereal.
Bowl of cereal.
Is that really called a spoon?
Yeah. Don't you remember when Kennedy left that one spoon in the dirt bike tire? And I couldn't find my spoon. I was up there changing the tires, and I came in. I said, "Where's the spoon?" We found it next time I changed the tire and ended up driving a dirt bike. Half the season, there it goes. Half the season with the spoon inside of it.
Look at that, the spoon.
There she goes. That one broke her all the way around. Still, this was 10 times easier than taking those Rockzillas. Those things were a pain to get off. That's much better.
Yay.
Yeah, so when our daughter was little, I was out putting dirt bike tires on, had to change the tires out, and a phone call came in, so I ran inside the house. She was out playing in the garage. I ran in, grabbed the phone, come back out, and I couldn't find one of my spoons. I only had 2 spoons there from replacing the tire. And I said, hey, do you know where the spoon's at? And she just looked at me like, no big deal. So I had no clue. Ended up putting the tire on with the spoon inside the tire. Drove the bike. That was probably all season long. We drove that bike, right?
I think so, yeah.
And when I went to take the tire off the next time to put a new tire on, the spoon was actually inside the tire. Never even felt it. It was on the front tire.
Was it that big spoon?
No.
Or like a kitchen spoon?
No, it was the dirt bike spoon. Let's see if this one comes off easy. No, it was a smaller one of these.
I don't know. All I'm thinking about now is cereal.
All right, Terry's just cleaning up the wheels, getting those clean before we put the new Rockzillas on there. We had a bunch of grease in that one she's doing right now on the inside from the axle that busted. It wasn't even broke that long. I mean, I think we noticed it within the first 5 minutes that axle broke, but there's still grease all over. Yeah, just get it somewhat clean inside there. You want some more rags? There's a ton of grease up top. Good?
Yeah.
Should be good.
Yep.
See a bunch of videos with people struggling to get the bead lock back inside of these. They'll usually throw it inside there on something, and then they can't get the whole entire wheel inside. Also, these wheels are directional, so make sure you put the right side on in the right direction that's facing out. So this one is rotations this way. So what we'll do here, drop the tire on the ground. This is Terry's favorite part. Why is this your favorite part?
Because it's greasing it up like a ditty party.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that's your favorite part.
I mean, not really. I kind of like the spoon too.
This is true. And instead of struggling with them, you can usually just pop them in just like that. Once it's on, it's simple. Just pop it on here. Line these up. Make sure that ring's all the way in and around. We usually start these off by hand. All right, once we start those by hand, I'll just give them a zip around, nice and loose. And we got a torque wrench, so we'll torque them down to 10 pounds all the way around first. Then after they're torqued down to 10, then we'll torque them down to 20 pounds and And typically you gotta check them every 50 miles for like the first, I don't know, 100, 150, maybe 200 miles. Just keep checking them, they'll loosen up on you. This is probably the worst part on this whole entire thing, is doing this. I hate doing these. And I number all these too, so I do it in order. I know a lot of guys will just go all the way around and go back and forth. I've lost air with bead locks before, so now I just do them the way it's supposed to be done, and I haven't had an issue since. It's time consuming, it takes a lot longer to do it this way, but it works out better in the long run. Anything to add there, Princess?
No,
Okay.
I'm just watching, learning. I've never actually watched this.
Yeah, you have.
I mean, I have, but not like actually.
You've done it. Oh, jeez. You're hilarious.
My memory isn't the hottest, apparently.
Yeah, well, you've done it a few times. Because this is the worst part I hate.
Oh, thanks.
Alright, everything's torqued down to 20. Now we just got to put the air in to seat the bead on the back side. And this tire's good. Piece of cake, she done. That was easy.
Yeah.
No pop, no big pop, just a small pop. We'll set these ones. Shit, that went on at 6 pounds. I think we're gonna set these for Rush at like 10 pounds to start out with. Alright, getting the last of the beads on here, then we're just gonna put the back seal on, and we're done. Then we can move on to the axle. Alright. Oopsie! Grab the hose behind you. Wait for the pop. Anytime.
I jinxed it.
The other ones all pop pretty darn early.
Woo!
Ooh, that'll make you jump. That one took a lot more pressure than the other ones took. Yeah, right at 10. That's perfect. Alright, we got the tires put back on. Now it's time to get to the axle. So we'll take the brake caliper off first. Then we'll get the axle out. It's this outside boot that's got the rip inside of it. While we're doing this, we got Keller ball joints on here, so we might as well just re-grease these and adjust them. They don't need to be adjusted every time you ride, but they have to be adjusted often. Oh my God, I'm out of breath. What are you laughing at? Look at this crap. Oh boy.
What are you doing there?
Trying to figure out how to take that damn thing off. We'll just zip it off. They're done.
Woo.
Those are done anyways. Oh, Billy.
Oh, Billy.
There she goes. Slide that boot back.
Ew.
What are you doing about?
All the grease.
Yeah.
Is that normal?
Yeah, but I remember on this axle, this one just pops off with a hammer, I believe. There's two different ones on these. One of them's got the clip inside there, one of them doesn't have a clip inside there.
Huh.
This is the one without the clip. So, get that up out of the way. Get that clean, then we'll knock the CV off this one, swap the boot out. Clean this all out, and then refill this all with grease. Usually when I pop these off, I'll pop them off with 2 hammers. See if I can do this and catch it at the same time. Billy! Come on. Where's she not going? She should pop right off there. Maybe I am going to take it off and put it in the vise. Holy moly. Alright, change of plans. I guess we'll pull it all the way out and put it in the vise and do it that way. Alright, so this is what just took place. We disconnected everything so that we could take the whole axle out, because you see me hitting on it with the hammer, so I wasn't going to get it out. I was going to pop it in the vise, do it there. As soon as we started pulling on the axle itself, grabbing the axle, pulling on the end of the axle, the whole CV popped off. Everything came right over the clip. So we popped a new clip on there, didn't have to take the axle out. But you can see here on the old boot, I don't know if you can see that hole right there or not, if it's going to focus or not, but that small little hole right there, every time we put a new boot on, we get a small little pinch right there. I'm not sure what that's from. I'm not sure if it's not just happening on this side. So I don't know if it's that from the tie rod ends up hitting inside there or not. I have no clue. But every time we end up with a pop boot right there. And it doesn't matter which axle it seems to be on. So we're going to put the new boot on now. Oh, and the grease that's inside here, typically I would take that grease all out, but this is a brand new axle. It's been on one trip so far. So I'll leave that grease in there and I'll just pack some more grease inside of it and we should be good. That should be enough. We don't have to use a whole bunch. And then when you're putting the axle back on here, you're going to have to pop it with you're going to have to get it to get over that clip right there. You're going to have to give a little hit. Put your castle nut back on right here. Thread that on backwards right there. And then just give it a pop with a hammer and it should pop right back on. There it goes. Now it goes right back that clip, past that clip, so now it's right back on again. And then try not to get that grease on the ends where you're seating that on there. There. Then when we put these clips on, You want to make sure they're not directional, but when you put them on, make sure that they're going in the direction so that when you're riding, it's not going to pull these tabs or these clips off of here. There she goes, Billy. Give her a squeeze. There. Now she's on. Same with the bottom one. Man, I've done enough of these. You'd think I'd be alright at this. Apparently not. Come on. There we go. Then it snaps in place. Now we're good. All we have to do now is put this thing back together and it's ready to go. Next trip is Rush Off-Road.
Yay.
May 1st? May 1st? Yeah,
Somewhere
we're
around
leaving
there.
May 1st. We'll be riding second, third. Short weekend trip. Leaving Thursday night. We'll be riding Friday, Saturday, coming back on Sunday.
Yeah.
That's all we got to do to get it back together.
Sweet.
Good stuff.
Good.
Thank you.